We're live. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a video on the astrology for the solar eclipse and how this will affect you according to your rising sign. So if you don't know your rising sign, you can look that up. I'll leave a link in the description, and then you can come back here and look up your sign. I'm also going to do a little, what should I say, short tarot reading for each sign, just to give you a little bit more information on how this will affect you. So we are in the month of October, and this coincides with the 8th house. So starting with Aries, the 8th house is Scorpio's home. So a lot of transformation, and the themes for this house are intimacy, control, power, money, and sharing, as well as joint finances that have to do with, or the whole house has to do with death, loss, or injury, because you can't have a transformation without something major happening in your life, unfortunately. And death, loss, or injury is included in this house. So if you're an Aries rising, this solar eclipse will affect your 8th house. So let's go deeper. Let's see how and this will affect Aries rising because not only is it in the 8th house that Scorpio rules, but this solar eclipse is happening at 2 degrees Scorpio with the conjunction of Venus, and 3 degrees in the south node of Scorpio. So if you're an Aries rising, I would pay attention to this one. So let's look at Aries. Universe, spirit guides, and angels. What can Aries expect with this solar eclipse on October the 25th? What information can you give the Aries rising collective for their highest good? 3 cards. Okay, so we have the 7 of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Knight of Swords. So Aries, let's go through the month, getting closer to the 25th. With the 7 of Wands here, you have you're in this defensive mode, basically protecting yourself and your energy. And to me, this is a very, well, it's a very defensive attitude. And the eclipse itself is going to put you in the Hangman energy, which is trying to get a bigger perspective on things in your life at this time on the 25th. And this is about putting yourself into this stasis, if you will. And usually when the Hangman card comes up, it's about you choosing to take time for yourself to get a bigger perspective on your life. Knowing that you need to sacrifice something in order for things to change. Let's clarify and get a little bit more information and dig into the Hanged Man. Tell me about the Hanged Man for this eclipse for Aries. 2 cards. You have the 6 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles. Yes, this could be about your career, getting that helping hand that you need, or your career, your job, or just finances. You're really dedicated to making your skill or your craft bring in money for you. And I can see that you'll get some help for this. But more so, this is about how you utilize that. And the dedication is going to take for that. And with the Knight of Swords coming in right after the eclipse, this helps you to move things faster, because when you're in this Hanged Man energy, you're basically at a stop, at a standstill. And someone is coming in with this communication quickly. And this could be you. I see Pisces and an air sign. But this is about having patience before, or should I say, towards the beginning of November. Let's see. Let's give you a guidance card, just to give more of an overall energy of this eclipse and the cards. How does this reading coincide with the eclipse for Aries and the advice? How does this relate to this eclipse? Give me guidance for Aries. You will make it through this and create your own happiness regardless of conditions. So apparently you're dealing with some challenges with the 7 of Wands. It's like people are trying to get your attention and basically steer you off course. And this is with the 7 of Wands, this is you about basically telling them to back off, so that you can get your bearings. And because this is in the 8th house for you, along with this eclipse has happened before. So if you look back in 2014 in October, as well as 95 in October, look back to see what was going on in your life, and it may give you a better idea how this will again affect you. This is about coming, should I say, going deeper into your subconscious to how this affects your plans right now regarding your career. Let's see, what else? Yeah, this is about shared resources as well, so maybe that's having an effect on you right now. So just take a look back at in 2014 and 95 and see what kind of issues you were having back then, and this is going to relate back to now. So I also see this has to do with your your relationship, because when you're with somebody, especially if you're married, it's going to affect your joint finances. So just be aware that because it's affecting your 8th house, how you control your success when it comes to your joint finances, and how you can harness that power regardless if there's a death, some type of loss, or an injury. So just be aware of this and make a plan so that you're ready for this, for whatever happens around October 25th. And these are major changes, and especially with the Hangman coming in, a change is going to have to be made. So that was your reading, Aries, and your astrology for the eclipse. This may not make sense right now, but just keep this in the back of your mind as we get closer to the 25th. Next, we have Taurus. And let's look at the astrology. For you, Taurus, this is an angular house, which means this is going to affect you the most. There's 4 houses here, and you're one of them because it hits you in the 7th house. This is the house of partnerships and your awareness of others. So one-to-one relationships such as marriage, divorces, contracts, open enemies, and lawsuits. This is how you relate to people, and depending on what planets you have here will influence you and the issues that may come up. So because you have Venus conjuncting here in this eclipse, Venus rules Taurus. So for me, this is about the material world, your 5 senses, and what changes that are coming up. So this, for you mostly, of course, it's in the house of partnerships. So whatever partnerships you have, whether it's marriages, like I said, contracts you have with people, partnerships in business, and lawsuits as well. And because it's also about open enemies, this means that you're aware of it. Your awareness of others. So make sure you're not, that you don't have a, I can't think of the word. Just make sure you're self-aware. That's the reason why I'm doing these readings, so that you can be aware of what may come up. And let's see what else. And if you're not in a relationship, this could mean that you will get into a relationship of some sort, partnership. It doesn't have to be romantic. And just be aware of who your enemies are. So let's get a little bit more info. Overall, the solar eclipse reveals things to you about whatever house it's in, which is the 7th house for you. So Taurus, let's see. What's going on for Taurus during this solar eclipse, October 25th, for their highest good? Important messages for Taurus. How will this affect their life? This one came out. We'll take it. So, first card. Second card. Third card. Those are the 3 that wanted to come out. So, oops. These cards are slippery today. Let's see. So you have the Strength card. This is about having courage to face anything. And this is a major arcana, so you could be dealing with a Leo. But just about having just the right amount of strength and not being overbearing or controlling. So let's look. So you can look at that. So we have, this wanted to come upside down, but 4 of Swords. Page of Fire, or Page of Wands, and again we have the Knight of Swords. So Taurus, this is you may be coming out of an illness, could be physical or just a mental exhaustion that you've been trying to heal from. This could be having to do with a relationship. Remember, your Venus is in Scorpio on this eclipse. And needing to take that time out to rest. Not trying to, stimulating the brain is not a good time before the before the eclipse. So get as much rest as you can up to the 25th. The Page of Wands tells me that you're going to be getting some good news. This is something that is going to inspire you. This could also be about a child. That may exhaust you with this 4 of Swords. And then we have the Knight of Swords. Also be aware of anyone in your environment that is causing some chaos. Maybe they're a little immature and they just blurt out stuff without even thinking. Let's get some clarification. Why did the Strength card fly out for Taurus? Let's look at that. Tell me more about the Strength card for Taurus. How does this connect with this reading and the eclipse for Taurus? What do they need to know? Queen of Cups, 10 of Wands. So, clarifying the Strength card here. This is about your not letting your emotions take over. And with this 10 of Wands, this is what the burden is. This is what's causing this Four of Swords energy. For you're trying to get some type of clarity on why your emotions are causing you so much distress. And this may be because you're trying to, or you're giving too much in regards to your maybe nurturing when it comes to children, because I see this Page of Wands here. Maybe overworking yourself or over contributing, and you might need a break. But as this coincides with the eclipse, this is about how much you contribute when it comes to partnerships, and bringing a balance to that, because this can also put you in this Knight of Swords energy where you snap at people, you snap at your kids. So be mindful of any changes in your partnership during this eclipse time that may cause you this to be over emotional. That's what I'm getting right now. Too much work. So try and get some rest. And the change that I see is more personal when it comes to partnerships. Make sure you're not giving too much, especially right now or during this solar eclipse. Let's get a guidance card. What else can you tell Taurus for their advice or guidance for the solar eclipse as it relates to this reading? Elemental messengers, nature communication, And life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. It's about getting in touch more with nature. This card that comes up, getting outside more, being around animals, being more aware of your surroundings, and focus on the things you can change and not the things that you can't. So stop trying to change things around you or your environment, people in your environment. Let that go. And that was your reading, Taurus, and your astrology. Okay, next we have Gemini. So how is this eclipse, or where is this eclipse going to be affecting you? So the eclipse for you, Gemini, is going to be affecting your 6th house. This is the I serve house, which is daily routine involving your work and health on the daily, of course, the quality of the jobs you perform, and your method of responding to everyday crisis. And also service to others is also highlighted here. So how you live your life on a day-to-day basis is going to be affecting you. And the 6th house is what sign does that rule? Virgo. So Virgo rules the 6th house. So this is about the details of your day-to-day life and how well you plan your days when it comes to your work. And this is not just your paying job, this is work in general and how you serve others in that respect. Family, friends, coworkers everywhere around you that interact with you on the daily. And your mental, physical, emotional health, spiritual health. And if this is all about positive and negative, so not necessarily bad or good. I mean, we all have free will. But this is about taking a look at maybe things that you didn't see before, you're seeing now with this eclipse. When it comes to your day-to-day habits, maybe they need to be changed. So let's get more information for Gemini, universe, spirit guides, and angels. How does this solar eclipse affecting them? Gemini rising. So for the rising signs. Gemini rising. How is this solar eclipse on the 25th of October going to affect Gemini? Important information for Gemini. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry. So we have, for the first card, 7 of Swords, or 7 of Air. Then we have Page of Cups. And the Ace of Swords. So, in this deck, I'll read both. In this deck, it talks about the 7 of Air, your personal freedom. So, financial, personal, and also spiritual. That's what I'm getting. With these 2 doves above her head. That peace, hope, and joy is what I get. This is breaking free when it comes to your personal freedoms. And how this coincides with the 6th house, as I was talking about earlier, with your daily routines. This is maybe you breaking out of that. Maybe you're too, this is about extremes of one or the other. You always need to be balanced in the middle. So take a look at right now how your routines have been on your day-to-day. Are they too routine, too structured, or are they not structured enough to where making you're making things harder for yourself? Because if only a little planning would help organize your time. And plus you're maybe putting in your health routine plan, better planning. But this is wanting to be free, having that personal freedom, because apparently you don't have that right now. And I'll read it. For the original tarot, 7 of Swords is about self-sabotage and deception. So are you self-sabotaging yourself by knowing that a better routine would help you, but maybe procrastinating or being in denial of that, and you're self-sabotaging yourself? And take a look at that too. But mostly I'm getting about you wanting that personal freedom. And with the Page of Cups, this is about you getting that more connected with yourself when it comes to your emotional health, and also your that carefree energy that you need to apparently connect with also. So for you, I'm seeing this as with the Ace of Swords, getting that, should I say, bright idea about how you can change your routine. So let's clarify. I want to see what this Ace of Swords is, because you have some type of communication or information coming in. So let's see what that is. Ace of Swords. What is the Ace of Swords for Gemini as it relates to the solar eclipse? And this could also mean that for those of you, a new grandchild. So, oops. This wanted to come out. Two of Cups. We'll take it. One more for the Ace of Swords. What is this about? Ten of Swords. The Ten of Wands. Wow. I don't know if this is good news or bad news for in your perception of this, but I'm getting also news of a news of a breakup. As well for some of you. But yeah, I'm also getting that mostly I'm getting the news of a new addition to the family. I don't know, this is just what's coming up for me. But overall, this reading and how it affects you, your life right now, or in the eclipse, pertains to you knowing what you need to get rid of right now in order to make your day-to-day life easier for you. And with this Page of Cups, this is about you focusing on the things that are closer to your heart and focusing on that. Maybe you've been dealing with things that you just don't really care about. And so this is about you getting clear about that so that you can make that change that's needed when it comes to your health and your work life. Maybe not giving too much to other people and in their relationships. That's what I'm seeing. So let's get a guidance card for Gemini. Now these readings are very, I don't know how to put it, a little complicated and just very different from each other. Guidance for Gemini regarding this reading and the eclipse. What do they need to know for the highest good? Advice, please, for Gemini. We have the right way, learning to create what you desire. And keep your temper, don't allow anger to rule you. So that's what I get with this Ten of Swords and Ten of Wands over here. Don't let what other people do affect you on your day-to-day life. And there isn't one right way to do things. There are many. So you can create what you want different ways, but they all lead to the same result. And don't put yourself in this because I feel like you have this overwhelming need to get things done. I have to get things done. I need to hurry. And it's telling me that this is putting you in that Ten of Swords energy where it's not a reality, but in your head it's like it's causing you a lot of mental anguish. So don't do that to yourself. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, Gemini, that was for you. Oh, I'm still getting over this. Whatever I had is cold. So a little bit of that scratchy throat still. Okay, Cancer, you're next. Let's look at your astrology. Cancer Rising. This solar eclipse on the 25th will affect your 5th house. Sorry, affect your 5th house. This is the I serve house or a house of pleasure, creativity. This is also, and the moon rules Cancer, so just FYI, very emotional. Because we also have a new moon. I forgot to mention that. We also have the new moon. Or should I say, it's a new moon when this eclipse occurs. So about beginnings. Endings and beginnings, but mostly about beginnings. And when it deals with your 5th house, this is also about romance, entertainment, gambling, hobbies, and just overall self-expression. And just be aware that with this, especially with this Venus conjunction that's happening, you could be getting pregnant or hear about a new baby. That's what I'm getting for you. So, occurring in your 5th house, Cancer Rising, this is, for you, what I'm getting is I'm kind of getting like this epiphany when it comes to, let's say you are a very creative person and you're an artist. This is a time when you will be really inspired to create something in whatever area that interests you, whether it's painting, writing, building something, material, or just an idea. It's a very good time for that. So let's take a look. Tell me about Cancer Rising and this solar eclipse on the 25th. That's affecting our 5th house. What else can you tell me? Universe, spirit guides, and angels about this eclipse. How is it going to affect the Cancer Rising collective? Again, we have the 7 of Wands for the first card. I think Aries got that too. Okay, we got our 2 cards. No, 3. Okay, we'll read them like this. Well, apparently they wanted to give you 3 more cards instead of 2. Okay, again with that defensive energy, the 7 of Wands. And we'll take a look at that. Standing your ground on something. We have the Emperor. Fire sign Aries. 5 of Wands. Challenges or competition. And the 7 of Cups. This is more like a dreamy energy. Just dreaming about the possibilities. A lot of options. But more so, this card is about having that optimism. And this one is seeing the differences and not seeing differences as a good thing instead of a negative thing in other people. Because this is the 5 of Wands, it's about a group, so people around you. Let's see. Whether you're a father or a boss or an entrepreneur, this is about you leading some group with this 5 of Wands to come together to settle the differences between these people. Let's clarify and get some more information. Tell me about this Emperor and 5 of Wands. What is this about for Cancer rising during the eclipse? Tell me more about the Emperor and the 5 of Wands. So we have 8 of Pentacles. It's about dedication. 6 of Swords, like coming to some type of resolution. And the 4 of Pentacles. This could be a type of greedy energy, but more so I'm getting that holding on to stability. You're the voice of reason. I'm kidding, like you're the judge. You get that gets everybody to act according to their higher self. I mean, sometimes you do need that leader, that one that says just the right things to get everybody to snap out of their ego so that it can be productive. And yeah, that's more so what I'm getting. That causes you to have more options when it comes to you creating something that's towards your legacy. Let me get one card on this 7 of Cups for just after this eclipse. What is this 7 of Cups about? Ten of Wands. Yeah, this is about you not getting too confused because you have so many options or ways you can go. So just make the option that best, the one you really truly care about, you're passionate about, when it comes to creating something that will last for you. Let's get some guidance for Cancer regarding this reading. For the eclipse, what else can you tell them for their highest good? Universe, spirit guides, and angels. Cancer rising collective regarding this reading, or in general for the eclipse. So we have following your own good advice, trust yourself, and you know what is best for you. So like I said, with that, picking the best option, the one that you truly are passionate about. The Emperor, he does have advisors that help him. Mostly though, he's got a good head on his shoulders, and he knows what's best for him and his circle. And Curiouser and Curiouser, and discovery, inquiry, weirdness, and curiosity. That's what I'm getting with the Seven of Cups as well, too. Your curiosity for the strange, maybe the different. And usually when people are in that creative mode, they are searching for something different. And this is about making a discovery. Whether that's a personal project or when it comes to business or selling a product. That's what I'm getting for you. Okay, Cancer, that was your reading. Next we have Leo. I think these are going to run pretty long. I was trying to do them short, but it doesn't ever happen that way. I have this coffee cup that it's hard to get anything out of it. I don't want it splashing all over me. Okay, let's look at the astrology for Leo rising. If you're a Leo rising, this eclipse falls in your 4th house, and this is an angular house, so this is going to affect Leo rising the most, along with, let's see, who else? Along with Taurus, Scorpio rising, and Aquarius rising. So how will this be affecting you? Cancer and the moon also rules the 4th house of home. And this is about your inner world. It's the I nurture. The family, home, roots and security, our psychological foundations. And also I was getting moving, remodeling your home, or just moving in general, like moving into a new home or out of your home, or those in your close circle. In other words, you or your family, the ones that live with you in that home. So this 4th house affects us. This is our parents, how we grew up, how we were nurtured growing up. And this affects you when you're an adult. So let's look at how this eclipse being in your 4th house, Leo rising, will affect you. Tell me about Leo rising, collective. What is the important messages for them on how this eclipse will affect them pertaining to the 4th house in the astrology chart? Well, you got your Sun card came out, Leo, which is good. So we have the 6 of Swords, the 7 of Air, and the Sun. So you can see those. So right now, being the 6 of Swords, this is about traveling. This could be also about you needing to get away. You could be going away for the weekend or vacation time, but more so I'm getting, with the Swords, this is about logic. So you're trying to use logic to help you get to some type of solution. But this is telling me you have everything you need, though, to solve this issue. And then we have the 7 of Air. And it being in this position, this is telling me that this eclipse is going to allow you that personal freedom that you desperately want, especially with the 6 of Swords. This is what you're aiming for. And I see with the Sun here, you'll get it. So in the 4th house, let's say you were wanting to move, you're going to get that. Maybe you wanted that would give you a lot more personal freedom, whether it's just moving to a new house or a new town or city or state or country even. This is about you moving to a new chapter in your life that's going to bring you a lot of happiness. So let's get, not that we need clarification, but let's get some anyways. Tell me about this 6 of Swords and 7 of Swords for Leo rising for this solar eclipse. Tell me more about the 6 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. One more. It's too many. Just one. Nine of Swords. With this 2 of Cups and the 9 of Swords, this is about you having that fear of the future when it comes to some connection, or and 2 of Cups could be just someone you you feel like is a soulmate. But because the Nine of Swords is here, this is about just a future fear. So it doesn't even happen. It's just you worrying. You worrying about the future. But I don't see that you have anything to worry about. So let's take a look at the Seven of Swords and the Sun for this transition. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords and the Sun for Leo rising. Ten of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Yep. So you're dealing with a water sign, seeing Leo, another Leo. And so yeah, this is, you're very happy with this Ten of Cups. Like I said, you have Ten of Cups and the Queen of Cups clarifying the Seven of Swords and the Sun. So this is really good. That's the you're getting the solution that you want. And because this is about the fourth house, with the Sun here, this is also about, this is, to me, this is that happy family. Maybe you're wanting to move for your family's sake. What's the guidance message for Leo regarding this reading, or just in general for this eclipse? Have such a curious dream, grounding, returning to reality, coming home. So this is about you coming home. Maybe not just in a physical sense, but just returning to what's home for you. Coming back to reality, to your reality. And we have, it's always tea time, eternity, endless moments, and repetition. It's about getting out of a rut and doing something different. So yeah, this move could be a physical move, could be just a decision you make, but I just see that you're coming, and also with this Two of Cups, this is about you coming to your authentic self and that making you very happy. So if you were wondering about some decision, this eclipse will give you that information or clarity that you need in order to make that decision, for the best decision for you. Regarding, like I said, your home, or just some decision in general. It is life-changing, so. And next we have Virgo. Pin. There we go. So Virgo, this eclipse is happening in your third house. This is about the, I think, immediate environment. So communication, your mindset, speaking and writing, siblings, learning, and the application of skills. So maybe your skills or talents with the third house. So what rules the third house? It is Gemini. Gemini is all about communication, and in different ways. Speaking, writing, you know, internet. How do you express yourself using communication? So that's going to be affected. So let's take a closer look for Virgo. How is this going to affect? How is this going to affect Virgo Rising collective? This solar eclipse on the 25th for their highest good. Give me the highest. I mean the most important messages. What can they expect for this solar eclipse? What can they expect for this solar eclipse? I got Sun. And the Four of Swords. So first card, Two of Cups. Then you have the Sun. And the Four of Swords. So, with this Two of Cups, maybe this has to do with the relationship, but getting in touch with your to me this is about intuition and teaming up with someone that's on the same page as you, because we're talking about communication in the third house. Maybe you're collaborating with someone, and we have the Sun here in the position of the solar eclipse, so how appropriate to have the Sun here. So this is about you creating that beautiful connection. It's also about expression, so using communication to do that. How though? Let's clarify. Tell me about the Sun and the Two of Cups. How is this working together during the eclipse for Virgo rising? Tell me about the Two of Cups and the Sun. So we have the Hermit and the Eight of Pentacles. And you have the Lovers in the bottom. I was getting earlier is about using your feminine and masculine energy in a balanced way. And with the Hermit card, this is about you soul searching for that special something that you can use to communicate your idea, some idea that you have. And you get that with the Sun. Could be dealing with the Leo with the Sun, or just an earth sign, more so. and or water or air, but mostly mostly earth and a Leo sign. This is about what you desire, though. Tell me more about the Sun and the Four of Swords. Moving from the eclipse, just past the eclipse. Why is this Four of Swords here next to the Sun? Tell me about the Sun and the Four of Swords. Well, this one don't fall out. Seven of Cups. One more. King of Swords. Five of Cups. What happened? I'm getting some type of... You had some type of illusion. And so you couldn't make a decision about something with this King of Swords. So maybe you had high hopes for something. Make sure you're not... I mean, it's good to be positive, optimistic, but don't get too carried away. I mean, you also have to be realistic. So make a good balance of the two. Because you can get too overly optimistic and lose touch with the reality of the situation. So more so, this is about you taking the time that you need, and during this eclipse, sometimes we can be blinded by, I'm hearing that saying, blinded by the light. So don't let that light blind you to the reality. Keep your logic and reasoning intact. You know, God gave us all these gifts for reasons, so don't lose your ability to reason during this eclipse, or else it could cause you a lot of sadness and regret. So that's what I'm getting. Let's take a look at your advice. What's the advice? Do you have any more advice for Virgo rising regarding this reading, or just in general for the solar eclipse? It says, never jam today, promises that never come to be, empty words, not living in the now. Because this could be about what I was saying about illusions. Maybe somebody not keeping their word, making promises they can't keep. And who in the world are you? Getting to know the new you. So let's read a little bit of that one, because I'm feeling the need to read that one. It says, words are plentiful, but deeds are few. Thinking that the past and the future are better than the present. Being attracted by promises of good times and abundance that may never be kept. Boasting of plenty, but never enjoying it in the moment. Manipulation and withholding. Demand results in the present and work towards satisfying your desires yourself. Don't buy what they are selling. So this says, listen to the person making you some rather wonderful promises or boasting about how much they can offer others. When will they deliver? Are they always talking about the past and planning for a wonderful future but struggling in the present? If so, it is best to be like Alice and have no desire for promises which will never be fulfilled. So that is something apparently you need to hear, because be cautious. Like I said, this is about somebody giving you an illusion. You gotta be able to see that through that illusion using your logic and reasoning. And this one is about getting to know the new you. Let's see how this relates to the rest of the reading and the message. A fascination with getting to know yourself again, growing into a new self, defying assumptions about who you are, exploration of the self, questioning who you've been told you are and changing it at a very deep level, the readiness to evolve and experiment to come to a greater self-knowledge. And so, yeah. That was the message for you, Virgo. And we have Libra next. That's better. Something like hot drink, especially on a rainy day like today. Okay, we have Libra. Okay, this eclipse will be in your second house. This is the house of values. The I have. So your personal resources, your possessions, your money, how you make your money, and the skills you have. The second house, Taurus rules the second house, so this is about those material possessions, but also about the values that you carry with in your emotional body, because it's not only about what we value in the physical world, but our material world, like money, you know, what we can buy with it, but also about our personal values and how that relates to our money or the material things. So let's take a look, Libra. How does this solar eclipse affecting Libra rising? Show me the Libra's highest good, the Libra collective, Libra rising. What is going on during this solar eclipse for Libra? So we have the Five of Cups. It's about regret, grief, sadness. This is the energy right before the eclipse. This is the eclipse energy, which is the Eight of Swords. So this eclipse is going to cause a lot of mental, you're going to be stuck in your head, basically. Usually when we're in this Five of Cups energy, it's about the past. Living in the past. So what is it that's causing you this pain, this emotional suffering? Because when the eclipse comes, you're going to be... And with this Eight of Swords, this is a self-imposed prison of the mind. So your thoughts, you're letting your thoughts keep you stuck. So let's clarify this. I want to see why this is happening. Tell me about the Five of Cups and the Eight of Swords for Libra, the Libra Rising collective. Libra Rising, Five of Cups and Eight of Swords for this eclipse. And remember, guys, this eclipse, the same degrees happened in 2000, I think it was, I have to look. Let me take a look to be sure. It happened, yes, October 2014 and October 95. So you can take a look back at what was going on then for you to get a better idea as well. But let's see, got the Tower and the Three of Wands. So this is about you wanting some type of progression. And with this Tower here, maybe it's like finally, this eclipse is going to cause you to finally release that pent up, I'm hearing emotional, the emotional block you've had. You haven't, for some reason, this is saying that you haven't really faced some emotional issues or thoughts, or you haven't dealt with them, and that's why this Tower is here, is going to cause you to face that. And this is going to cause some fears for you, but they're needing to come out with the eclipse. With this eclipse, it's about revealing what needs to be revealed so that you can move forward with this Three of Wands. And for the last card, we have the Chariot. So this is good. This is about victory. This is you having that fortitude, that willpower to push through out of this Eight of Swords energy. So let's take a look at the Eight of Swords and the Chariot. Clarify the Eight of Swords and the Chariot for Libra. Have the Eight of Wands, Two of Cups. Wow. So this could be about a partnership. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm getting. But I mean, if you're not in a partnership, this is about you wanting to be, but you could be dealing with a Scorpio, Cancer. But because this is happening in your second house, I'm seeing that this is about you wanting to maybe change what you value. What you value more is what I'm hearing. And matching that with someone's values as well. When it comes to partnerships, because the second house is facing the seventh house, so yeah, this is about how that relates. So to your to this Two of Cups here for some of you. Let's get some guidance. Tell me more about Libra rising. What is their guidance for this solar eclipse in this reading? Tell me more about Libra. What is their advice right now for this eclipse? How can they best get ready to handle the energies around the eclipse? So we have uncertainty. Choose who you will become. So this is about you making a choice. You don't, this is about not letting others choose who you are. This is about you deciding to value yourself and not being in that uncertainty mode. Because if you don't believe in yourself and you don't have value in your abilities, how can you move forward? Especially when you're in this emotional state of fear with this Eight of Swords. And then you have nonsense, time to talk sense. So I'm feeling like I need to read this one. So this is about courageously standing up for yourself when someone is behaving in a way that is silly and unfair. Pointing out someone's bad behavior, not backing down on the truth. You look someone in the eye and be brave. Being no longer intimidated, so surprising yourself with your power. So this is about criticism. Maybe you've been having criticism from other people or family members. So cut through all that nonsense. Standing up for yourself, you'll silence them and they can't do you any harm. So they'll be surprised at your personal expression, your personal power, at basically calling them out. So this is about you. It's like, stop talking nonsense to yourself. And this is your advice. You have value. And don't let other people, or should I say, don't believe the nonsense, is what I'm getting. So that was your reading and your astrology for this eclipse. Now let's look at Scorpio. What's happening in your house, Scorpio? So let's see. Yeah, this is going to affect you very much so. This is in your first house of I am. This is about your awareness of yourself, your appearance, your outward personality, how you see yourself. So this is all about you, Scorpio. This is for the Scorpio Rising collective. So you're going to be seeing things clearly when it comes to how you see yourself and how you present yourself to the world. This could also just be physical looks, but also how you relate to yourself when it comes to showing the world who you are. So Scorpio Rising, what can you expect during this solar eclipse on the 25th? Universe, spirit guides, and angels. What can Scorpio Rising expect with this eclipse? And remember, guys, this eclipse lasts between 3 and 6 months. So this change it may not happen overnight. Eclipses don't usually do that, but progressively within the next 3 to 6 months, you'll see this affect your life. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles. So this is your energy right now leading into the eclipse. This is you're in the boss mode, I call it, because the King of Pentacles is the boss. He is the master when it comes to money and how to best grow that. Then you have the Sun card. Could be dealing with Earth sign or Leo, as well as, like I said, mostly it's Earth signs right here that I see. Then you have the Hangman. So everything looks good as far as leading up to the eclipse in regards to your finances and being in a stable position. And this eclipse is going to have a very favorable effect in your life. And after this eclipse, you have the Hangman. So to me, I'm seeing this as a good sign. This is about you knowing when you need to rest, and you're putting yourself into this position of the Hangman because you want to get a better perspective on things. And that's a good thing. It's like knowing when you need to stop and basically analyze things. So clarify the King of Earth and the Sun for Scorpio. Tell me more about how this is going to affect them. King of Earth, Sun. Clarify the King of Earth and the Sun. Whoa. One more. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. So if you have been dealing with some type of issue, this could be somebody, some outside interference regarding your finances, or how you see yourself when it comes to your self-worth, and shining a light on how you feel about that, and in the sense that when other people see you, are you representing yourself in the best way that you can? Are they seeing something about you that you're unconsciously putting out? So this is about you getting clarity on that during this eclipse. Are you presenting yourself in the best way that you want to the world? And if not, could this have been causing this? Because I've seen this Three of Swords. So let's get more. Let's clarify the Sun and the Hangman. Tell me more about the Sun and the Hangman. More. Could be dealing with the Pisces as well. Seven of Cups. I just keep seeing this Five of Wands. It's kind of like I'm getting that you're confused about. It's like you see yourself as this nurturing person, but there's some confusion as to how others see you. And they see you more in this Five of Wands energy of argumentative and combative. So you're trying to get a bigger, clearer perspective on why this is during this eclipse. And this will cause some changes moving forward, but this is, like I said, this is about you. And you got the Hangman again next to that. So this is about getting clear about you and how you present yourself to the world. And sometimes we may see ourselves differently than other people see us, and that's okay. But just being aware of that and how we can maybe change that for our highest good. So let's get some guidance for you, Scorpio risings. What other guidance can you give me for Scorpio rising for this reading, or just in general for the eclipse? Scorpio rising. So we have investigate, look closely, ask questions, and think before acting. So yeah, this is about you asking yourself the questions that you need. So look closely at yourself. And instead of getting offended by what other people are saying or that they tell you, maybe it's constructive criticism. You have to think about how to take it using this Hangman. How can you better filter this into constructive criticism? And we have the right way, learning to create what you desire. To me, I'm just getting that it's all about perspective for you at this time during this eclipse, and depending on how you perceive things is how you're going to get to the bottom of who you truly are and how best to present that to the world. This is about you learning how to do that, how to change that by using your perception. Because once you change your perception of how you see yourself, and also how others, you see yourself through other people's eyes, can better give you a clue or a higher perspective as how to change this if you would like to do that. And look at the bottom of the deck. It's changed in the night. You have changed quickly. So doing this, you can change yourself, but not... People get, all offended about changing who they are. And it's not about that. People don't stay the same. And that's okay. Change is a good thing. It's nothing to be afraid about. So that was your reading, Scorpio. Next, Sagittarius. For you Sagittarius rising signs, the eclipse will happen in your 12th house. This is the I Dream house. Spiritual life. This is about spiritual life. This is a solitude, institutions, transcendence, self-sabotage, and imprisonment. It's not all bad, but it's about your subconscious, basically. So just keep that in mind. And we'll take a look at how this will affect you. Tell me more about Sagittarius rising and how this eclipse will affect them. Sagittarius rising. Universe, spirit guides, and angels. How will this eclipse affect them? How can they best navigate through this? Show me what they can expect. Notice the Nine of Swords is coming out just after the eclipse for a few of you. So let's look. First card is Patience. This is Temperance in the original tarot. This is about what it says, patience, having the patience to, sometimes we don't always have to take action. This is about just biding our time and letting the universe do the work. And then when it's our time to act, that's why we have to be in touch with our intuition, because that'll tell us when it's time. So basically, I'm getting that you're in the, it's not that you're being lazy or anything, it's just I see a lot of thinking with this, all this air. And you have the Four of Swords during this eclipse. And this is about introspection. Maybe if you have to meditate, do that too. It's about you resting. So if you, and this eclipse may make people sick, not just mentally, but like worry or anxiety and fears, but also physically sick. I know a lot of people talk about ascension symptoms, but with all these solar flares and just all the changes in the solar system and our planet, this all affects everyone. So for you, Sagittarius, I would say get some rest during the eclipse. Don't do anything that you're going to be exerting yourself physically or mentally. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So this is some type of communication coming in fast. And this could be a person that doesn't think before they speak. So just be aware of that. So let's get some more clarification. Tell me about the Temperance energy and the Four of Swords for Sagittarius during the eclipse, from now and during the eclipse. Clarify the patience, so Temperance card and the Four of Swords. We have the Magician and the Four of Wands. So it's like you're trying to manifest some type of security here. You got two fours. This could be about a home, could be about just stability in general. And because this is in your 12th house, this is about, to me, spiritual, it's mental, emotional for you. And if you haven't, I mean, I know some people, there's a stigma with getting help when it comes to your mental health, like counseling or something, but this would be a good time to get that counseling. This is what I'm seeing. And if you can't afford that, because I know a lot of people can't afford that, but maybe just someone that you trust, or somebody that's older, wiser, could help you. Tell me about the Four of Swords and the Knight of Swords for Sagittarius. What is this about? Clarify the Four of Swords and the Knight of Swords. I was using the wrong cards. Let's start again. Sorry. Clarify Four of Swords and the Knight of Swords for Sagittarius Rising. Eight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. And I saw the Knight of Cups that tried to come out. So yeah, this is about you getting a handle on your mental health. Maybe getting help from a friend to help you maybe make that decision. But I'm saying that this is a good way for you to get through the next few months. Like I said, this eclipse is happening in your 12th house, and this is all about your subconscious fears and anxiety, your overall well-being when it comes to your beliefs, your thoughts, and how you see yourself in this world. So if you need help, whether that's if you're religious or maybe even if you're not, having that spiritual advice, spiritual counseling that you may need. And that's what this is talking about. But loving yourself enough to do what's best for you in a healthy way. Let's get some more guidance. What else can you guide Sagittarius? What more advice can you give Sagittarius for this time during the eclipse? Lead the way, be a leader, show others how it's done. You can help others. And this goes along with mental health in that you can set that example for others. Sometimes a lot of other people aren't brave enough to do what they need to for their health. But by seeing you being brave enough to do that for yourself, you can also be that guidance for them and help them by being brave yourself. Sometimes it's hard to ask for help. That's the hardest step, but the first step that everyone needs is to learn to ask for help. And we have changed in the night. You have changed quickly. And to me, this is about you changing how you see yourself. Maybe you saw yourself as, someone that is not strong enough to be that leader for others, but you changing that. And it's not about you. It's not like you're wanting to be in the spotlight. That's the after effect of you being your own, I want to say captain of your own ship, learning to manage your health wisely. So that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. And we have Capricorn next. So for Capricorn Rising, this is happening in... Sorry if this is making noise. My necklace is hitting my microphone. This is happening in your 11th house. This is the house of I Aspire. This is group contributions. Friends, groups, goals, and aspirations. How you utilize groups, social organizations to materialize your goals. Maybe this is about meeting influential people. Making new friends. Joining new organizations or groups at this time, at this eclipse. So let's take a look. Capricorn Rising. What can they expect during this eclipse? Universe, spirit guides, and angels. Show me what is going on for the Capricorn Rising collective during the eclipse. 25th. We'll take that one to pop out, sorry. Do you want to flip? Okay. Okay. Oh, I knew that would happen. I knew you would get this card. Capricorn always gets this card. King of Earth. So the first card we have Patience again for you, as we did. I think we got Sagittarius had that. Patience or Temperance. Ace of Cups. And the King of Earth. Okay, so this could be about new love. New love for self, new love in general, like as in romance. Maybe a new love when it comes to your career, but new friend that you really click with, because this is about, this eclipse is happening in the 11th house. And yes, you have other aspects going on in your own chart, but this is a general reading for the eclipse for you. This is about temperance. Right now, leading into the eclipse, having the patience right now until things start changing during the eclipse. Like I said, this is hitting your 11th house of your aspirations, and using, you know, or should I say utilizing your friends groups, social groups, to get you to have that success of your goals. And with this King of Earth there, I see you accomplishing that when it comes to business and finances. So if that's what you're aspiring, as far as, you know, like I said, your finances or your career, then it looks good for you. So let's clarify the Temperance and the Ace of Cups for Capricorn Rising signs for this eclipse. Show me more. These cards just want to fall to the ground. We have the Three of Pentacles. What else? Okay, I want it to come out. Page of Swords. So with this Temperance card, it's like you're trying to get into the right circle of people, maybe making the networking right now. So you're asking questions. You're basically, like I said, looking for that circle of connections that's going to help you with your aspirations, and gathering information is what I hear. So let's see more. Look at this. Let's look at this Ace of Cups and King of Earth. Clarify this Ace of Cups and King of Earth for the eclipse for Capricorn Rising. Tell me more. We have Six of Wands and the Six of Pentacles, 2 sixes. Yeah, so I see this is you being in the spotlight. You're getting that notoriety and recognition, and this is leading to that help from those friends, those new connections that you're networking with. That's the eclipse for you. That's what I'm getting. Let's get some advice for you, because this is really good reading. Really don't need too much advice, but let's get some. The more information, the better, right? So tell me, what more advice do you have for Capricorn Rising for this reading, or just in general for the October 25th eclipse? So we have never jam today, promises that never come to be, empty words, not living in the now. So be careful of this energy. That's what I'm getting for you. Don't make promises you can't keep, because this is definitely not something you want to do when you're trying to make those connections and networking. So be careful about that. But make sure you're living in the now, not too much in the future. This is about growing up. This is about you wanting to grow and experience, and with these new connections, they can teach you things. I'm getting. So you're rejecting the rejection of perpetual youth. So you're wanting to grow and learn. So you're open-minded about this, which is very good, especially when you have aspirations to be successful. You're willing to learn from others. Because this isn't always about knowing everything. This is about knowing that you don't know everything and needing help. Being able to receive that help so that you can learn and grow. And like when you're learning how to ride a bike, first you need help, right, to learn how to do it. But after a while you get it and you can do it on your own. And that's what this is about. Capricorn Rising. So that's your reading for this eclipse. So let's move on to Aquarius. Which house is this hitting you at? And this is an angular house, the 10th house, so for the Aquarius rising signs, be aware of this, because this is a major change affecting. This is about your I achieve house. How you achieve, how you get your achievements in the outer world. And so this is about career status, reputation, vocational purpose, taking power, and overall your legacy. So let's take a look at Aquarius risings, Tell me more about Aquarius Rising Collective, how this solar eclipse will affect them regarding this 10th house. Tell me more about the Aquarius Rising. And remember, guys, this is about your rising sign. I'll have a link in my description so you can, if you don't know what your rising sign is, you can go there and find out and come back here. Tell me about Aquarius Rising. What can they expect for this solar eclipse? So you have the Sun, I'll take that one, the Strength card, one more. Okay, we have the Three of Swords. Don't panic. A lot of people panic when they see the Three of Swords. So we have the Sun, the Strength card, and the Three of Swords. So right now you're sitting pretty, I hear. Sitting pretty. You could be dealing with Leo. This is a lot of Leo energy, strength in the Sun. This is in your 10th house, so this is about, like I said, your career, your legacy. You're needing to face something during the eclipse. It's about you needing to have courage, being brave, and because you have this Three of Swords after the eclipse, and having to deal with this Three of Swords. This could be heartbreak, this could be a breakup, but usually for me this Three of Swords is about breaking your own heart. But let's clarify and get some more information. So tell me about the Sun and the Strength card for Aquarius Rising for this eclipse, for what they can expect. Tell me about the Sun and the Strength card. We have the Queen of Wands and the Emperor. So this is about a decision that is needing to be made during this eclipse. Which could cause, this decision could cause some heartbreak. So let's get some more. Tell me about the Strength card and the Three of Swords for Aquarius Rising. Tell me more. We have the Ace of Wands and the Magician. So okay, this is Aquarius for some reason is so complicated. I don't know why. But okay, let's see if I can break this down. So you have these two people, the Emperor and the Queen of Wands, that could be at odds with each other. This could be you or somebody else. This is a fire sign and well, actually two fire signs. And I'm getting Aries. Oh, is this a battle of egos? Battle of wills? Well, this is a reason why you don't have arguments, because there's got to be a winner and a loser, and there isn't really a winner, there's always losers. So, and this, with this Three of Swords too, this may be a third party, somebody, or just something else, something outside of the two of you that's causing some interference in your peace. Because this eclipse is dealing with your 10th house of legacy. It's causing issues with your boss. And your reputation. So this is about you I'm hearing you need to be careful, because usually when you're wanting to change your status and move up in this ladder, when it comes to your legacy and your achievements, you want to raise your status and reputation, it can be very tricky. So be careful about how you maneuver. But with this Magician, I'm hearing manipulate. And manipulation can be negative or it can be positive. It just depends on how you use it. So I'm hearing you need to be wise about how you mixing business with pleasure, I'm hearing. So be aware of that, especially with this Queen of Wands. You're going to have to really maneuver wisely, especially when you're trying to get up in status. Always know the background of people, and I'm talking about the inside. Try and find the people that know the inside information about people when it comes to whatever area this is at, as far as your reputation and legacy is concerned. So let's get some advice or guidance for Aquarius. Tell me more. What advice do you have for Aquarius, universe, spirit guides, and angels regarding this reading, or just in general for this eclipse? So we have, keep your temper, don't allow anger to rule you. This is about watching your temper, not letting other people get a rise out of you, I'm hearing. This could affect your reputation. And let's see, we're all mad here. Everyone is a little different. So yeah, everybody is a little different. So maybe you can utilize this, the differences you see in other people, to help raise your status, I'm hearing. So that's your reading, Aquarius. Wonderfully complicated as usual. So, and we have Pisces. And this is going to be hitting your 9th house, Pisces rising signs. Let's read a little bit about the 9th house. This is your let me look on the wrong page here. It's about I explore, expanded horizons. This is about higher education, philosophy, publishing, religion, travel, and law. This is also a spiritual house too. It's like that higher consciousness. So tell me more about Pisces rising for this eclipse. What can they expect? What can the Pisces rising collective expect during this eclipse on the 25th? Whoa. Can you take that? No. Okay. Let's try that again. That was the 8 of Wands, I believe, and I didn't see the other one. Tell me, what can they expect during this eclipse? What can the Pisces rising collective expect? I mean, just, whoa. Did you see that? One more. For the Pisces rising collective. Just need one more. Okay, that's it. So we have the 9 of Cups. This is about contentment, satisfaction. King of Cups, loving and compassionate. Empress, it's about growth and abundance, self-care. So that's the theme for this eclipse for you. With this King of Cups, you could be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and Earth sign. This is about your growth, emotional growth is what I'm getting. This grounds you. So this is actually really good. So let's get some more information about this eclipse for Pisces rising. Clarify the 9 of Cups and the King of Cups. Tell me more. Pisces rising. 9 of Cups, King of Cups. Got this card. 9 of Cups and King of Cups. Clarify the 9 of Cups and the King of Cups. 7 of Swords and the Knight of Wands. This is about you. Well, this is about you. And with the ninth house, this is about, like I said, exploration. Exploring your higher mind. It's like you're keeping this to yourself. This, maybe you're traveling on your own. But this is all about you. Tell me more about the King of Cups and Empress as it relates to the eclipse for Pisces rising. Whoa, there's two on to pop out. We'll take them. So we have the Page of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. This is about you just being excited about your your home, your nurturing yourself. Yeah, this is all about you taking care of your emotional health and your physical health. And I know this is about the ninth house, but for me, that's where I see the change or the transformation over the next 3 to 6 months. And you enjoying that. This may not be a big change for you, but this is just revealing the new love for yourself. And enjoying that, being single, and or if you're even if you're with somebody, this is you not needing that outside or anyone outside of you, people making you feel valued. This is about you making yourself feel valued and enjoying that exploration of your mind, spirituality, your body. That's what I'm getting. What is the guidance for Pisces rising for this reading, or just in general for the eclipse? Tell me about the Pisces rising collective for the eclipse. What is their advice during this time? We have belong to your own dream, create your own life. So yeah, this is about you creating your own your own little piece of heaven is what I'm hearing. Find the lesson and discover the purpose in a situation. Trust that you are learning. So this is about finding the lesson in the interactions you have with people during this time. And just have faith that you are learning from the things that situations that you're come across. So this is a pretty straightforward reading. This is pretty good, I would say, for Pisces rising. And this concludes the solar eclipse reading and astrology for you. Hope y'all like this, and I hope it helps you for the upcoming months. And like, subscribe, comment, tell me how you liked it, or what changes occur for you. I want you to come back here and let me know. And thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to get notifications for more videos. See you in the next one.